Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's get that lemon water going. Put that lemon in the water, baby. Just fresh cut lemons, man. Should be the name of an album. Fresh cut lemons, baby. Woo. Oh, this lemon smells like a Meyer lemon almost. It's got that orange smell. Sorry, me and that lemon just had our time. Sorry about that. Next time I'll do it alone. Oh, it feels good to be alive. Shout out to every single buddy here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. You're with the Crypto Lifer. Let's break it down as we do every single day. Another beautiful day in the world. How you doing? How you feeling? How's everybody flying out there? How you flying over there? How you flying? Lemon baby, shout out to the Lifer. Appreciate you for being here. Sorry for the lateness this morning. Just, I got a little thrown off at the beginning of the day. My wife told me I didn't have enough energy, and we had a bit of a tiff over that. I'll be honest. Yeah, I like to be honest just to get it out. She's like, you should have more energy. I said, really? And you tell the Lifer he needs more energy. That's gonna cause a bit of a tiff. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We are killing today. I don't know what that means. Kilning. Oh, you're doing the kiln? Yeah. I started putting lemons in my water since watching the show 3 weeks ago, and I love it. Yo, Lifer can't be late. He's here every single day. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for coming on in. Hey, Sam, hope you like putting you on the world's tallest tower. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much, PS5. You're the man, dude. May God bless you and yours. Right? May God bless you and yours. No, that was awesome. I appreciate that. Rep up 3%. Cake. I keep talking about cake. Cake's been on my radar for a while now. Look at all the money pouring into the market. This has been a while. We haven't seen this much of a visual representation of flooding. I mean, that is just a flooding. People are soaring into the markets. There's nowhere else to go. The regular markets investing is kind of drying up. I'm looking at SRKY. It's in this tight channel. Bit of a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. Could dump to the downside. Anything is possible. 4 hour is just getting started. Look for it to breach through this resistance. If it can, it will likely get to the next level of resistance. SRK on my radar. Nothing to write home about, just something that I'm thinking about. SRK. Let's take a look at Bitcoin and break it down. Here's a Bitcoin short that I'm looking at on the 1 hour time frame. Funny that I would start with a short, right? I haven't done that in a few days since the last time we shorted the market. So why? I mean, the 1 hour looks like it's ready to go on this short, at least to make a bit of an M. This is what we want. We'd like to see a pump up, but then a bit of an M pattern, right? That's what we're looking for. So this is something that is on the radar for today. Ooh, my tie is messed up for whatever reason. There we go. There we go. And the mic's actually been in a different place recently, right? Like kind of in my face. I don't want it down a little bit. Let me bring that gain up. There we go. So I can keep the mic a little further away. That makes more sense. I like that. That's better off. And point it up a little more. There you go. There you go, microphone. Now you can see the tie. You can see the attire, right? And remember, today's a big day. I'm on ATB today, around the blockchain. So jump on in today. Jump on into ATB. I'm there today at 5. Do we have a flyer for that, Sean? You probably sent it to me. But if you could just slap it into the Slack real quick for me, that would be awesome. If you could do that every ATB day, just in case I miss it or I'm trying to find it, just like double throw things in there. In here, Sean, in here, where I wrote in here if you can. I'm actually have some time. I got to catch ATB. Hey, man, we'll be on today at 5 o'clock, ready to go, and I'll keep it moving. All right. So, look, we're looking at a Bitcoin short. I'm starting the day with a short, which is strange, right? It's very rare you'll see me start the day with a short, but I am. It's not like me, but that's it. Let's go to look at, that's what I've been looking at with my trading group. I've already put in the work this morning. He's kind of almost to the shoulder, his head and the right shoulder too. You got something brewing here, all right, to the upside. Let's take a look at Bitcoin and what's going on. You're the man, dude. Thank you so much, Sean. You're the best, bro. You're the best. Sean is truly the best. Like, you'll never find a better person to work with you and accomplish your dreams than Sean. Sean, I love you, man. You're the best, bro. And may you and yours stay blessed forever, man. Because you're the best. All right? And just know that. I would only choose the best, Sean, and I chose you, man. And there's a reason. And you produced, man. You produced. I mean, that's the main reason, is you produced, bro. And people that produce, they get paid by the market. And it's that simple. So if you produce with me, then we're going to move on. Let me not do that. So what I'm doing is I'm just doing quick screen editing here, which I apologize for. This should have been up and running, right? But where could we put this? Trying to find a good place to put it. But today, we'll be on Around the Blockchain today at 5 p.m. I like to, promote it because it's awesome, right? So we'll be on today live at Around the Blockchain at 5 p.m. Check us out. I'd greatly appreciate to see you there. All right? Make sure I'm not completely cut off there. There you go. And I still got my NFA. And okay, there you go. Yeah. We can go over more. Just want to make sure I'm clean. Nice. Come down a little bit, right? All right. So we're going to look at BTC and break it down. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Massive move for Bitcoin. Look at that. Nice little pumpage. Interesting. Let's break it down. Let's break down what I see happening right now. So if you're looking at my trading school, or you got an update this morning, right? First thing we did talk about was the fact that this was an inverted head and shoulder. I've since deleted it. But we talked about this fact being an inverted. I didn't call it. I just want to show you. But like we were saying, well, why did price go up? And I always want to find the reason why price went up. There's always a learning moment in time, right? And so if you look here, you get this, this neckline to the head, and you swing that up, and that's really where we went. Then I was watching the 7-minute back in time here, hoping we could get a push to the upside. The measured move would take us to 19,345, right? That was my idea. Now we dumped. We bounced off the 200. We made this kind of falling wedge. We got oversold in the 7-minute again, and then the 7-minute went back up for the vengeance move to the upside, right? And now we're kind of exactly at my target, which is weird. I didn't, I'm not saying it didn't go up perfectly, but it's like right there where I said we were going to go initially, which I find completely hilarious, right? So my initial target was exactly the wick there at 19,352, all right? So it's a good sign. I keep talking about Bitcoin getting above 19,250 and 19,300. Super important. Why? That's the weekly support of resistance. I just want to get above it, hold it, call it a day, and never go below it again. And we're waiting for that time and place, and we're waiting for that moment in time. All right. And I'll be there when it happens live, hopefully, or, about to go live, or have been live, or at least be updating the trading group. So you can see my work, what I've been looking at, and why did I believe we would bounce to the upside? Well, I found a little bit of bullish divergence here last night that suggested we would get a bit of a bounce to the upside. It wasn't amazing, but it was on the 15, okay? And we went over that this morning. My trading group is awesome. So many beautiful people in there just learning every single day, right? And so here, this is a point of control at 19,178. I said we must get above it. If we don't get above it, we're likely to dump to the downside. And then I said, can we make a double bottom at 18,008, 18,900? We don't want to lose that area of support and resistance, all right? Why do we pump? Well, it's all about the dollar index. And look at SRK getting some skin in the game, already getting a little bit of a move there to the upside. Bots may be jumping into that. Just something to think about. Let's take a look at MRG, Meter Governance Token, on my radar ever since it's been in this giant symmetrical. I believe this is the next Morpheus Labs, about to bang up for 78% gains. I'm watching this closely. Meter Governance Token may take 2 to 3 weeks to play out in total, but eventually this will bang to the upside, of my humble opinion. I like what I'm seeing from Meter, all right? The daily's a little high. We'll have to come on down and bounce. This trend line will have to hold when that happens. That's going to be the struggle. When it bounces through that struggle, we're going to know. However, look at that 3-day. Just getting started, ready for a move. Meter Governance Token looking absolutely beautiful to me for a possible gains of 78%. It's on my radar. It's been posted to the trading group. And that's the thing. I'm not going to update you every single day. Like, I might post this and then 3 or 4 or 5 days go by. And then it's going to hit and you're going to be like, whoa. And everyone's like, well, if you post so many charts, of course it's going to hit. That's what they love to say about me. The idea is it's all been calculated. And the thing is, I'm a conveyor belt. I got trades I'm setting up now. They're going to hit in 3 weeks. I got trades that I'm looking at now that are about to hit. I got trades that I'm looking at now that could be scalps, and I got long-term trades. Some are on the 3-day, some are on the 7 minutes, some are on the 15, some are on the daily. So if you join my trading group and you're a quick 7-minute scalper, we got those. We got people that trade the 1 minute, which I don't condone, and I want them to get off of it. But that's what they do, and I can't tell them what to do, and I'm not going to hurt their feelings and put them down. 5 years from now, they're going to come back and be like, dang, I can't believe I used to trade the 1 minute. But that's, no one ever became a billionaire trading the 1 minute, I'll tell you that. Shout out to all you beautiful, awesome people here on the live. Thank you so much for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here from the bottom of my heart. I truly do. Without each and every one of you, I don't have a show. The show is created by the viewers. The viewers watch it. It gets algorithm, movement, and then we continue to grow. So thank you for each and every one of you. It's by God's will. I'm flying on all of your wings here every single day. And that's the thing about YouTube, man. You lay down. It's like literally like crowd surfing. You jump off the stage. You jump back with your back to the crowd, and you hope that you get caught. You throw out your best information, and you look for the masses to love you. And you know what? There's so much love in the world that if you're full of love and you do the right thing and you live with God, and I believe there's just no way your channel won't grow, because that's how beautiful the world is, and that's how the world works. So thank you to each and every one of you for being awesome and for helping me grow. So I'm looking at meter governance token on the radar. It's an ascending triangle. If anything, I'm going to find more shapes than anyone else in the market. I'm going to go through more coins than anyone else in the next 2 hours. I'm going to teach you about S&P futures. I'm going to teach you about the dollar index. I'm going to teach you about the Dow Jones. I'm going to teach you about the world markets. We're going to look at Bitcoin dominance, total market cap, and more. Your mind will be blown by the end of this live stream. We do it every single day. We bring the energy, we bring the love, and we also bring the health. I worked out this morning. I'm drinking lemon water. I only drink water on the night streams, on the day streams. You don't see me drinking coffee. You don't see me sip, maybe once in a blue, I have a little fun drink. It's lemon water 99% of the time. And boy, does it taste good. Thank you for the super chats, everybody. I appreciate that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Watch the balls drop. When the balls drop, wait, here they go. One, boom, boom, boom. Oh, that was a little, oh, there's some more. Boom. That was a nice one. Thank you for throwing some tips in the jar. Much appreciated to you and yours. May you stay blessed in this life. Thank you. Thank you. Chromatic points for anyone that's dropping tips in the jar, maybe. Chromatic points. Shout out to Lifer. What are you rocking for Halloween, costume-wise? Satoshi Nakamoto, baby. I'm going to put on like a long thing and just put on a Satoshi hat. And I'm going to be Satoshi Nakamoto for the day. Yeah. That's it. I mean, come on. Jeanette, good morning. Dot, please. We'll look at Dot for Jeanette. Jeanette, I remember you all the way from that stream when we first met. May God bless you, Jeanette. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for the super chat. See, I knew this community would wrap you up like a pig in a blanket. I hope that sounds right. I hope no one gets offended by that. You never know anyway. Bitcoin tank and chain for Halloween. Sam gives me the reason to live and trade in this bear market. Learning from him has given me a reason to get up every day and live my life. I don't know 1 minute, but I love those awesome 5-minute indicators. Thanks for the time, man. The more pairs of eyes on it, the better the chance we all have to get those coins with while they're turning hot. Yep, exactly. Hugs and likes are free. Lifer needs both today. Do your part and give a hug and a like. Shout out to Sweaty Dave. I love you, man. Best TA in the game. Thank you, JSoul8484. ETH BTC, please. Thank you for all you do. JD, you're the man. So let's get back into Bitcoin. So Bitcoin had a nice pump to the upside. However, it is at a resistance. And it's a big boy resistance. And you know what that means if you come to the channel every day? Big boy resistance. It's just that resistance that may hold for the rest of the day, or that resistance that's so significant. We must get back above. Also, if we look at this and we hold this trend line true, and that's why I drew you back. Well, you have two trend lines, Lifer. I'm confused. I don't get it. So take a deep breath. Let me show you. Let's slow it down. We have the bigger triangle here. Okay. And I saw a smaller triangle that we lost before, and I was like, well, it'd be interesting to see if that's a trend line that we hold or support. Now, the 4 hour is ready to blast. I'm very bullish in the 4 hour. I said to my trading group, I said it's very likely we head to the top of the pattern here based on the 4 hour time frame. Just going to complete ripping. Even though the other time frames don't look that great, I do like what I'm seeing on the 4 hour, and I believe we will head here to this area. All right, that's my radar. That's what I And honestly, we've been pattern trading this whole time. Okay, and I open up the pattern like bottom, all the way back to the top here at 19,004. Eventually, we're going to coil up so tight. There's going to be a massive move for Bitcoin. I mean, there's a chance we break out here and continue. Oops, sorry. There's a chance we break out here and continue the story of Bitcoin, right? There's a chance we break out here and continue to the upside. But regardless of whatever happens, I mean, tighter we get in here, the bigger a movement is coming. Boom or bang, right? Or dump and pump. I mean, something is brewing, all right? Bitcoin's getting tighter and tighter in a zone, in a wedge. And whenever we see that, a big move comes for Bitcoin. So we know. It's like 3 days, 5 days, 6 days. It looks like a week at the most. And I don't even know if we have a week left, because that's how much, this is just getting very, very tight. We're getting compressed price action. And this is what you do. It gets boring, it gets boring, it gets boring, it boring, and then the money starts to flow. And if you make the right decision at the right time, we get very close to shorting the market beautifully or longing the market beautifully. And we're going to do it because that's what we do here. And that's what I strive to do every single day. The payouts come like a couple times a month. You get the big boy payouts, 3, 4, 5 days of awesome trading. Then it resets and you go back to, it's like, and then you're sideways again. And it's about maximizing the times when the market moves the most. And that's what this trading group is about. That's why some days you may say, well, nothing, and then boom. Look, ascending triangle here that I didn't catch originally. Right there with the measured move to the upside. Look at that. That's also on the table. Now, the 1 hour doesn't look great, and you're at resistance. So, of course, you're going to have some type of flag here, in my humble, a flagito. And you have some tweezer tops too as well, all right, at resistance. So Bitcoin, what do I see happening for the day? And again, last night I did call a bit of a long because we were in this falling wedge with that divergence. So it's more like, this morning it looked more likely we were going to dump because we couldn't get above the resistance. My humble opinion, I was like, this looks like a short's on play. And I'm still looking at the short on the 1 hour for a quick scalp. However, look at that dump on the short. That's nice. And I'll show you something else that I've been watching, though, closely, all right? But the short, it's oversold in the 1 hour time frame. Even if we go up and we just make an M, quick little scalp of the short. And honestly, it might not even be worth trading. Like, let's take a look. 3.5%, even with leverage, with 3 hours, so it's like a 1% move. I'd rather just wait it out sometimes. Like, you don't have to trade every single move. Like, if you're obsessed about every move and you're chewing through your portfolio, it's not the way to be. You know what I mean? Like, I like to play big amounts on big chip coins. Like, look at Quant. I hit Quant for 18% like a week ago. Someone asked, can you go through your 8 days of trades? Honestly, like, to do that, I'd have to show you different types of money, all my accounts. I'm just not about doing that anymore. I used to be really open-minded. I've had lawyers and people tell me, chill, Sam. People don't need to see hundreds of grand, 50 grand, 110 grand. Like, people don't need to see your money. Like, and so what I will do, though, by this request by Darishi, right, is I'll show you how I traded Quant, and I'll explain. And what I try to do is tell you general information to help your state, Say I was on a flight. Say I got into a trade. This didn't happen to me. Say I did, and I forgot about it, or I opened it up on a flight. Then I decided the flight changed. Something frazzled me. I went and I forgot about the trade, and the trade went down. And I forgot about it. Right? Just say that happened to me, and I put 10 grand in it, and I lost 2 grand. Right? But let's just say I make like $1 or $2 million a year. Like, so I could show you my 2 grand loss. I'm not saying this happened to me. I'm just giving you I could show you my 2 grand loss or my 2 grand win, and would it matter to you? You get what I'm saying? Because so I'd rather show you how I trade, what I look for when I trade. Because at the end of the day, if I make $1 million trading or I lose $1 million trading, it's not going to put it in your bank account. You know what I mean? It's just not. So whether I make, at the end of the day, you're seeing me, and that's why I show. So instead of like showing all the, like my account and all that, I show you my macro ideas. Like I show you, and then I do show trades throughout the time. You know what I mean? Like I just show a Bitcoin buy at 19,000. Like, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Like I'm showing you at large. I'm saying, hey, that's $20,000. I'm putting it into Bitcoin here because I believe into BTC at this price point. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's just kind of like, so I'm always going to be honest with you, and I'm going to show you I'm going to show you how I become wealthy on a macro scale. You know what I mean? If you've been watching my channel, I've been buying Bitcoin every single low, like every time this crypto fear and greed index gets into the 10s, 12s, I'm buying 4,000, 5,000, 7,000, 10,000, 2,000. Like if you go back and you go through it all, you would see I bought I don't know, maybe 50 to 100 grand worth of Bitcoin. I'm going to have to go tally it up. Then you're going to see in the next 4 years what that happened. You're going to be like, wow, this dude in front of you, without saying anything, he made $1 million in 2 to 3 years, like in front of you. And I showed you exactly how I did it. Like I didn't maybe not wrote it down. You know what I mean? And I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say I do should be taken as financial advice, but I live my life on the stream. I show you exactly what I'm doing, I also show you what coins are hot. Like this is an interesting coin right now. It's got something going for it. It's connected to the how much a kilowatt of electricity is. Look up meter governance token. Do a deep dive. I deep dive this coin, I think about, I don't know, a year and a half ago on the Crypto Lifestyle channel, right? And I did an awesome video on it. Check it out. I'm already an ADA maxi, 90% of my portfolio ADA, and I'm going to start DCAing. Should I DCA into different coins or should I include ADA? I'm never going to tell you what to get into. So that's the thing. You can't ask me questions about that's like a portfolio question. Like you're asking me to build a portfolio for you. That's a financial advisor question, man. You can't ask people stuff like that. That's a baiting question. I won't tell you what to put in your portfolio. I won't tell you what to DCA into. I'll tell you what I'm DCAing into. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'll express what I'm doing publicly. And, Lifer, are you invested in Dome? No, I may have bought a little bit back in the day and forgot about it on a MetaMask wallet because I don't want to lie. But no, like in my mind, as far as I can remember, I am not like invested in Dome. No. So back to BTC, right? So you're at a resistance point. I believe we're likely to make a bit of a pullback here, right? This was the kind of a shoulder, head and shoulder bounce out. We made it out of this ascending triangle to the upside. Nice move, right? Kind of, this is what I want meter governance to do. You see? See how that moved? See how this moved out? Same pattern. You see how it's the same pattern? Go back and forth between the two, right? If I make it big and put it in the same, it's the same pattern. You see it? Ascending triangles, baby. I can teach you so much, and there's so much that's going to happen while we just navigate the space together, even during the live. The live is actually a scavenger hunt throughout the charts. Like, so much happens I can't even tell you, right? We plan a structure, but so much happens on the live that you would not believe. Like, it just really comes to fruition, and it begins to grow. It's amazing. This live stream amazes me every day because it's a moving being. It's not like the other live streams that are like, I'm going to go over my sentiment and my coin today. Which I love those live streams. Don't get me wrong. We're all different. I'm just pointing out the uniqueness of this live stream. It's more like it's like you're going on a metamorphosis with me every single day. And you're finding out kind of what happens to me in my life. Like, I 100x Safe Moon on this live stream. I got into cake at 60 cents on this live stream. I may find another coin in the next 3 to 3 weeks, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to put 4 or 5 grand in this coin. I'm going to do it. I may do it live. I may do it to my, I give some live, and then some things I do keep to the Discord, right? But the thing is, you're going to watch the metamorph or whatever happens. We found Gala here. We found Block here. We found a lot of coins before they popped on the live. So if you just stick with me and you pay attention, I truly believe you will be blessed, and you'll learn a lot, and you'll find out where the gems are. Shout out to MEXC Global, baby. I love MEXC Global. You want to sign up to MEXC Global today, I'd greatly appreciate it. They're the premier coin. They're the premier exchange at this point. That link that I gave you will get you to register right off the bat. I do have a referral code that I do receive commission from, but they're a beautiful exchange, and I'll explain why. I like trading ETFs. I do not like trading leverage. I'm just not a big leverage guy. I don't like getting liquidated. I don't like liquidated emails, all right? I also think most people that trade leverage are usually the newbies in the game that are just too heavy. There are experienced leverage traders that do trade leverage, but even then, how long have they been trading? 10 years, 7 years? I've been trading 15 years. I've seen a lot of people come and go. But I love ETFs, electronically traded funds. I started trading gold and silver on the Toronto Stock Exchange through ETFs. You got Bitcoin 5L, Bitcoin 4L, and 3L. That's how you get 3% more or 5% more on the... So if Bitcoin moves up 1%, you gain 5% on Bitcoin 5L. These are amazing. Trade with no liquidation risks and enjoy compound interest. MEXC leverage ETFs, man. I think it's amazing. I really like it. And I trade these ETFs all the time. So yeah, that's how I'm trading lately. MEXC Global and KuCoin. KuCoin. 95% of the setups that I post are on KuCoin too as well. Right now, MEXC Global is running an awesome promotion through me and with me. So I love them for that. I greatly appreciate it. And it is, if you deposit 500 beans, let me just talk about it. I talk about it every day, but I might as well, because it's only 30 days. I messed up the link before. Now I have the link right because I'm not good at shilling. So, because I'm a new shiller, But the thing is, I like this. I like them. I like MEXC Global. I really do. It's 27 days, right? So if you deposit if you deposit up to $500 and you trade $2,000, you'll immediately get 5% back on that $500, which is a 25% campaign airdrop, right? Or $10,000 in futures, either one that you do. Now, one person will win $1,000, right? Boom. And 5 people will win $200 in the campaign. So this would be awesome. Of the 100 people that do this. So if 100 people sign up and do it, it's going to happen. So net deposit, boom, 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 right? 100 or more participants who qualify for bonus 2, right? So, and there you go. And what did he say there? The reward will be distributed to your account within 15 days after the campaign concludes. All right, within 15 days. And they're awesome. So sign up to the Crypto Lifer MEXC Global event. 27 days left. They were nice enough to reopen it again. So I greatly appreciate that. I'm done shilling. Let's get back in. But and I don't like to shill things I don't use. I really don't. Okay. So I like KuCoin because I use KuCoin. I like MEXC Global because I use MEXC Global. I like Bookmap because I use Bookmap. And we're going to get into Bookmap in a second too as well. See this awesome, fun liquidity zone here? You may have no idea what's going on. We're going to break that down for you as well. I'm also going to get into high block soon and implement high block, which is going to blow your mind. This live stream is going to have every single thing covered to keep you from getting liquidated, lost, and just bashed in the game, you know. XRP Outlook, thinking it leads to altcoin rally. God bless. Thank you. We'll take a look at that. That happened last time too, as well. Shout out to the super chats, DOT and ETH BTC. We're going to get to them in a second. Let me just finish this Bitcoin update. So we're watching Bitcoin in a flag, like I always am. You're like, this is all the guy does. Yes, this is what I do. It's a very consistent way to trade. I'm looking for this 21 to cross the 200 here. I'm looking for the 21 to get into this price action, and I'm looking for some movement, right? The 1 hour is not in our favor, telling me that we will get a bit of a reversal, but let's see what the 50-minute does first. Let's take it one step at a time. I see reversal by the 1 hour time frame, getting reversed, not able to get above this resistance, right? And honestly, we could even make it all the way back down here for a bit of a double bottom on the bottom of this channel. So let's watch the 15-minute. I'd love to see if the 50-minute gets above resistance. If the 50-minute can get us above 19,400, 19,005, that would be amazing. If we can traverse from this node all the way to this high volume node, which it says we can, but again, it's going to be the smaller time frame that does it. So let's watch this flag on the 15. Let's watch, but right now I would open up a short. You got oversold 7, 15, and 1 hour time frame. You know what I mean? To me, it's just most likely that the short is going to play to the upside. Just most likely. I mean, look, you're overbought on the 15, perfect entry. Overbought on the sets, where I get in when the 7's doing that with divergence. Do you have a little bit of bullish? I mean, that kind of swings up slightly. That swings down more. It's not perfect, but it's like, yeah, it's some slight bullish divergence there. Tells me that the short is most likely to go up, hopefully not a lot. And we're going to break down the dollar index. We're going to see why it could or could not go up. Possibly a 4.8% gain on the short, right? Chintzy stop loss. It's high risk too. There's not a lot of room for risk there. It's not my favorite trade. But if I had to make a trade based on probability, this is what says it's going to happen, right? What we're looking for is a bearish retest. Like, can the short basically not get back in the pattern and then dump to the downside on the 7 and then begin to cascade further? So we're watching this flag here. We got the heavy rejection by 19,003 as we believed we would have for BTC. I believe we're getting a pullback. How far that pullback is the question, right? Usually to this POC or these necklines here. So hold on. And what I'm also going to do is neaten this up for you. I'm going to do a real nice and neat chart for you. Check it out. I'm going to get rid of my moving averages because they look like spaghetti sometimes. I agree with you 100%, right? And we're just going to take a deep breath and we're going to look at price action nice and clean. All right. Look, just price action. We're looking at nothing else but price action right now. Nice and clean. We're going to look at our high range, which is here at 25K. Or actually, sorry, 20,400 right now in this zone. We're going to look at our low range, which is the low place, 18,133 on these wicks, right? We have the other region here, but this is our new range of consolidation. Then we got our mid range here at about 18,919K. And then we have resistance at 19.5. All right, right there. And right here at 19.9. All right. Bang. So here's the deal. We made a low. We made a super low, came back up with a huge bounce. Bounced. So you're looking at overall trend and you're like, right? So to me, low, high, low, lower high. I mean, suggesting you put in a lower low until you must, in my humble opinion, get above this line right here, 19,663. That's going to be the big deal. Like, you got to make a high higher than that high. You don't get above this high, the trend doesn't, that you're basically following this. So look, if we break this down, I mean, you're in a descending triangle. You see that? Clear as day. They are bearish. They break down more. In my lifetime, I've seen them break down. Now, they're 50-50, meaning they could go either way. But in my lifetime, I've seen them break down more than they've broken to the upside. So to me, bit of a, now we could cheat it a little bit and say, well, wait. we have this here. And I'm okay, you know, and I'm open-minded because if we start to get back down here, then I'm going to see this. If we stay up in there, then I'm going to delete that. I'm able to see two patterns at once at almost any given moment in time. Now, that hurts a lot of traders because they want things to be exact. They want to be like, well, it has to be. And it's like, but if I can keep myself playing chess at all times and I can be able to bounce and then, see, the thing is, this takes extreme skill because you have to have the emotions and the plan ready for both ones. So when one way goes out, you can execute. So you can't just look at this one way and then when it happens, be like, what do I do now? And then try to fumble and you'll get emotional and you may not make the move right. So the idea is to know exactly what you'll do either way. Like I'm going to short the bearish retest of this area to the downside with a stop loss above 19,600 or 19,003, right? Because that's going to be significant areas above the point of control. But if we bounce here and we get tight, right? And I see us come down here with low stochastics, then I may make an aggressive entry with a stop loss below this level here, okay? And try to catch this move to the upside. So if it turns into a descending, I have a bearish idea. If it turns into an ascending, or if it stays in the symmetrical, I have the other, you know? And it's all about what? The point of control, right? It's all about the point of control for everybody here on the live. So this is key what I'm showing you right now for Bitcoin. Like very, very key, all right? Very key. A lot of data that you can get out of this. So now I look at my oscillators. Once I design what's going on, and I see it, my mind sees it for what it is, right? I begin to design my oscillators and bring them on in, right? So now we look, what does like the 3-day chart look like? And the 3-day chart's still in a decision, could flip up at any time. To me, that's more bullish than bearish. You can see the symmetrical triangle here, right? Wanting to break out here, getting tight. You can also see this. This is a bit of an ascending triangle on the RSI. That wants to move. And you'd be surprised. I mean, patterns play out because patterns are vibration. And vibration comes out on all the oscillators and everything. I mean, that says we're going to break out. Also, buying the 1 hour, you know, the 3-day low, you know, RSI usually gets you to the upside here. So it's interesting. Another thing that I've been bringing up that no one else wants to really talk about, right? But I mean, this is a swing down to swing down. This is a swing up to swing up. This is bullish divergence, hands down on the 3-day chart. Sorry, I don't mean that. This is bullish divergence on the 3-day chart. Hands down. I mean, that which tells you that that's going to be your bottom. Now, we capitulated wick there. That was very interesting for that buy back up. Very interesting. But this shows signs of a move on the 3-day chart. It really does. You're starting to get falling volume with falling price, which suggests that you're losing the sellers. This is a good sign. Sell off a little bit more, and a reversal, in my humble opinion, is coming. All right. Now, what I can also do here, okay, is I can group this for ourselves here. Oh no, you right click it. Oh, that's weird. Maybe you can't group that setting. Hold on. All right, create a group there. So I can pull this all away, right? And we can look at another idea. And this is the idea that this is in a falling wedge that breaks to the upside 68% of the time. Okay. And it's in another weird precarious pattern, like kind of like these slanted cup and handles. Semi cup and handy to the upside. Very interesting. Very, very interesting to me. All right. So, and we're hanging out right here at the point of control. 3-day chart. And so a higher low in the 3-day. So we must put in a higher high to remain bullish. So we have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low. Can we put in a higher high? Can we begin this uptrend? And then you can see, whoa. Do we have a bit of a symmetrical triangle here? And you kind of do. And that could break out big, the length of the base, right? Boom. Bring you somewhere back up to 24K. So anyway, showing you some macro bullish signs based on the bullish divergence, the 3-day chart, and just things that I'm looking at, all right? Interesting enough, isn't it? Blow your mind, huh? Pretty cool. So, we stay above this point of control. We stay bullish. We lose it. We could drop. But what's the bearish scenario, right? Everyone's so, okay, so you're so bullish, lifer, right? What's the bearish scenario? Well, the bearish scenario is that you're getting overbought on the 4-hour, on the weekly, sorry. You're overbought on the weekly time frame. And the weekly's going to have to come home and sing a sad story, right? And some people are saying, well, but at the end of the day, I mean, even the weekly's in a falling wedge. I mean, I really don't see a bearish pattern. Someone could say, well, it's like a descender and it's going to dump on you. And we're going to roll over the length of the base, right? And it's going to be a straight, just complete collapse down to 12K. Well, everyone has orders and they're all going to fill up and they're all going to buy so many Bitcoin. Like a guy, right now I bought I put my 19,000 down. A bunch of people with 19K right now, and they're too afraid to do what I did. They're like, oh, because they're so afraid of losing 10K. See, I've lost so much money and got so much money in my life. Eventually, once you deal with it hundreds of thousands up and down, like you kind of like, you become numb to money. You know what I mean? I mean, you still love it. Don't get me wrong. And you still look at it and it still matters. It's more about everything becomes about the principle, you know, more than the money, if that makes any sense. Because you realize you made all the money through principles anyway. So as long as you stick to principles, the money should continue to flow and you should be on point with it. So the digits disappear. The principle never does, though. You know what I mean? Like your why, and that's why you got to figure out what your why and now is. Like, what are you doing in this life? What is your why? What is your why for this life? Like, my why is to teach others and to educate others with what I've learned and to help other people become wealthy with cryptocurrency. Like, that's my why. That's it. I'm going to do that for the next 20 to 30 years. I'm going to die doing that. I'm going to write books on it. I'm going to have fun doing it. I'm going to make publications. We're going to create this live stream, and that's it. I'm going to do that. I'm set on that. And other things are going to come through it, of course, but that's basically my main crux of life. So that's my why. What is your why? Once you find your why, you can go after anything you want in your life because you're finally done searching for all these, like, what should I do with my life, right? For me, that was the hardest part. I sat there dwindling. What do I do with my life? What do I do with it? What do I do with it? You know what I mean? What do I do with it? The heart, the labradorite heart, always at all times, cleansing the body, cleansing the soul, keeping that intuition alive, keeping you free, keeping you going. And you don't need a rock. You don't need a stone, but this is an amazing stone with some essence in it. I keep it around me at all times. I keep a bunch of it. I got this one. I got this one. And they all got essences, and they do crazy stuff. And you see that essence there? To me, it's all about the essence. It's insane. Anyway, labradorite, get to know it. I found it through this live stream. People came to my live stream, told me I should be accumulating it. I started doing it. My Bitcoin update started hitting. So here's your bearish scenario that we go down to 12,000. I don't think we go much lower than 12 or 13K, but I shouldn't say I think. Chart conveys we don't either, but you never know. Anything is possible. You can see a bunch of liquidity down there that does possibly want to get grabbed up. If we open up here, you can see right there, there's a point of control and there's a bunch of liquidity. Do we get stuck to 399? You get it? Not happening. I don't see us going to 10K, but anything is possible. Anything is possible. I've showed my bottom indicators many times. Who here has seen all my bottom indicators? Who here has never seen my bottom indicators? Can we look at Casper Network? I saw a man standing on one leg at an ATM. I asked him, what are you doing? He said, checking my balance. Funny. They have so many coins. They have so many coins and more 3S and 3L coins than KuCoin. Even have 5L and 5L. Don't play. So sign up. Links below. Yo, MEXC Global is amazing, dude. MEXC is huge. MEXC is amazing. Yeah, and I have the sign up pinned here. Just hit the pinned comment. Jump on into MEXC. Helps me out. I'm a good guy. I'll help you out. And yeah, so there you go. Actually, you know what? I don't even like saying I'm a good guy. Ask everybody else if I'm a good guy. They'll tell you. Let the world tell you what they think of me. You know, let my reputation speak for itself. I don't even want to say anything about myself. Let everyone else tell you what I do. The same way you pay to invisible beings enchanted with divine wilderness. I don't know what he's saying. Show the bottom indicator. Let's see the bottom indicators. Wow. I need a $20 super chat that says bottom indicators for me to do it because I've showed it so many times. I don't want to waste like the initial cruise time. If someone says a $20 super chat, show me the bottom indicator. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm challenging you. I can't believe Bitcoin's going to 12K in 2022. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't say I don't know. Bitcoin could go anywhere. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. See that? See how easy that is? I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. I watch it every single day and the charts tell me. So I don't have to I don't have to worry about where it's going to go. I don't have to actually use that. I was like, where I think it's going to go, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me where it's going to go. The charts are going to convey the message. Day by day, every 5 to 10 hours, they're going to show me a level. We're going to lose it. We're going to gain it. They're going to see probabilities of an oscillator, and I'm going to basically have a better idea of where we're going. I will tell you this. When the weekly is this low, I'm buying Bitcoin. I will tell you I bought a whole Bitcoin. I've been doing everything I can to show the world how much faith I have in the bottom right now. I'm putting so much money into Bitcoin at these levels But, you know, you tell me. You do whatever makes you happy. I don't see other YouTubers doing that. I see them like, look at my Binance trade. Look at my bit. Fine, they can show you their Bybit trade up, you know, 10x leverage, making 10 grand. Like, I get it. They may get liquidated 2 years from now. They may make 100 grand and lose it all. That Bitcoin I got, I'm going to have for 10 years, baby. That's not going anywhere. And I truly believe changing the world is DCAing into Bitcoin, not trading 100x leverage. So that's why I don't push people into leverage, because I don't think leverage is going to change the world. I just don't. You tell me what's going to change the world, DCAing into Bitcoin or 100x leverage? Anyone? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll on Twitter. Let's do a poll on Twitter. All right? All right? Show us the bottom indicator, please. Look at my man with that $20 throwing it down. So let's do a poll here on Twitter. All right? And the poll was, I already forgot what I was going to say. It's so crazy. It was an awesome poll, though. Help me out here. My mind is racing. Bitcoin gets to go lower to shout my candy, as you say. Thank you for the super chat. God bless you and yours. We will look at the indicators now. Now we have to do bottom indicators again. I don't mind. I love doing them. I love doing them. Yeah. What do you think will change the world? DCAing into Bitcoin. The masses DCAing into Bitcoin, right? The masses DCAing into Bitcoin, which they have to know what DCAing is, right? Which is a shame. What do you think will change the world? The masses DCAing into Bitcoin or trading Bitcoin with 100x leverage? So this is an easy question to answer, right? Bitcoin DCA 100x. So here, remove the poll. Bam, in a day, right? So keep this up. What do you think will change the world? The masses DCAing into Bitcoin or trading Bitcoin with 100x leverage? I mean, you tell me. It's a kind of a common sense question, right? But I'd love to see the answers here and see what people say, all right? I love seeing Bitcoin above 19,300. It's just like, It's what I love. And I like seeing that we fell out of the pattern here on the short. Short may actually get ruined. It's a pretty good idea. It was the hedge for the, the possibility, but very slow, losing 1.96%. And again, as long as you're not trading heavy leverage, you can't lose a lot of money on that short, right? See the key to that question? The key to what I just said? So I gave you the bearish scenario, but I'll tell you what, I'm bullish, and I'll tell you why. Because this also, right here, is a swing down, and you got to swing up here on the RSI. And I'm keen on bullish divergence on a weekly chart. And you may not realize how significant this is because you may not have traded the weekly as many years as I have. But I've traded the weekly so much, and I'm telling you, this is so rare. You go find it. Find your divergence. Get really good at it like I have. Put it every single place you can find it. Match it to the chart and see how many times you found weekly divergence on the weekly, bullish divergence on the weekly. You're going to see like 1 or 2 times in Bitcoin's whole life. This is like finding a dinosaur fossil, like 1 out of a billion. Like, this never happens. I'm telling you right now, this right here never happens. I've been talking about it every single day now, over and over and over again. So I am bullish. I bought a Bitcoin on this divergence at 19,282, right where we're at. Okay? I've done it. Did it. All right? I peeled off the Band-Aid, baby. And I'll buy another one soon. It ain't going to be the first one. I'll tell you that. So let's break it down. Let's break it down. So Bitcoin's staying in the flag. So just keep this flag alive, baby. Just like I said before, just keep the flag. If the 1 hour can dump on the stochastics and not dump on price action, and the flag stays solid, then you're good to go. So we're going to watch this 1 hour. 1 hour needs to reset. Flag just has to stay intact. Or can we get above the resistance first? I mean, we're doing funky stuff right now. Will you take a look at Cardano, please? Very well. I would love to look at Cardano. Shout out to Sun Chips for the $10 super chat. That's huge. That's a huge super chat, man. Thank you so much for the $10. May God bless you and yours. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you for the love. $53 in chat revenue. You people are getting hungry today. I'm loving it. I love it. So look at heat map. This is Bookmap. Bookmap is showing me where liquidity lies, where people want to buy and sell Bitcoin. Now, they can take an order and take it off, which is called spoofing. But a lot of times this does help us navigate a short squeeze. And you can see there's more liquidity up here. Looks like we're about to get squeezed at least to 19,400. And they've also sprinkled some orders further up in here into the 19,500, 19,700 area. Not a lot of liquidity down here. Some hopefuls at 18.8 and 18.9, but really not that big. If we shrink ourselves down too and look at the blobs, we kind of have a little more poignant blob right up here, and the heat is bigger, suggesting that we will go into the 19,400, 19,500 region based on the heat map. All right, it's that simple. There's more heat up here, you're likely to gravitate towards the heat. There's more heat down there, you're likely to gravitate towards the heat. And anything could change. We'll keep watching it. As you can see, there's a little more heat that just got placed at 19,003. They're spacing it out. For me, it's all about that point of control at 19,100 that I've been talking about for a week now. All right, so flag it out. When in doubt, flag it out. I'd love to see us push up one more time and get above the zone, okay, for BTC. I'm overall bullish. I want to make that clear, all right? This is minutia on small time frames. I've already kind of showed you my sauce. I'd love to see us get above this resistance point and close a candle, a 4-hour candle at 19,400 if we can. Right now we're showing signs of bullishness for whatever reason. We're getting this little flip here. Look, I mean, it's a little flag on the 7-minute time frame. If I get rid of this line and this line, tiny flag. So the smaller time frames, when Bitcoin flies, it's the smaller time frames you use to track it. Like right here, this is the 1-minute flag breaking out to the upside. You can almost flip it like this. Look, yeah, got some bearish divvy there, and you're double topping at resistance, unable to get above the resistance, 19,300. I'm suggesting sideways or a pullback for the afternoon based on my oscillators. They're telling me Bitcoin's going to go sideways or down. All right. That's why the short's still kind of in my, still privy there. All right. So my trading system says sideways or down. Let's take a look at the rest of the markets to kind of back up what I believe is going to happen. All right. Meter governance token continue to pump. Once it breaks above that $4 psychological resistance, that thing can fly to 680. I'm telling you, meter governance token on the radar. On the radar. And again, a lot of my plays take a while to play out. Like, people don't realize what happens until it's over. Then they're like, whoa, what happened? Morpheus Labs, for instance. Found this on the 3-day. First, I started looking at it in a cup and handle in August. Like, so I try to tell everyone, follow my trading style from the very beginning. All right. But I started looking at this in a cup and handle. So here, trying to teach my students like how to really take advantage. And so here, you type in MNW. All right, and you search it, and you want to see how many times I talked about it when I first talked about it, right? And look, I mean, you go all the way back, and you can say, like, I'm sniffing this thing out on August. It's insane, but there's 1014, and you see so many times I mentioned it. But here I am bringing it up there on 1012. Like, it doesn't escape my mind. There I am putting it out there on 10.9, right? Went over this thing so many times. We made so many trades on this thing. And my other team's on it too. But here I am. First look, I won't miss this one. MNW, August. And I'm talking, it's down there at 54 cents. And I'm saying, man, I'm not going to miss this puppy, right? Look, it's $1.44 right now. I called that. That's a 3X since August. In a bear market? Come on, man. So anyone that says anything to say about my trading group is like, you're not paying attention. Like, you're just not paying attention. You're not putting the work in. You know what I mean? And I don't see a lot of people say anything, but every once in a while, man, I have one critique, like once a month, a couple times. Just not putting the work, man. You know? And man or woman, whoever the person may be or whatever, and it's up to you to grind it out, right? So I started looking at this. I'm not going to miss this one, man. You know? I'm also stalking MMW, and then I put this out, right? 817. I'm telling you, I'm stalking this thing, right? And then you just start watching all my posts as they progress, and you're like, man, this guy didn't give up. He stayed on this thing all the way when it was, 54 cents here. Cup and handle blasted. Then I made another falling wedge. I drew a Fibonacci. It got to the golden pocket. I called a retracement there. I said, watch this. I nailed that retracement. Exactly. I've been on this coin for months now. And I believe that's how you make money. You really, you stalk a coin, Then I showed you the 3-day chart, and I get into the 3-day, and I use the 3-day all the time. And I said, look in the 3-day. It's low right here on the stochastics. That's ready to rock. I mean, that 3-day chart up 113% or more, actually even more, because 130 from here. Unbelievable. You look at the daily was low. So I saw a falling wedge in the daily, touching the 21-day moving average in the golden pocket. I mean, what more do you need? That's triple confluence right there. I see that, I'm ready to go. Then I saw a point of control that we were hugging. I said, we get above that point of control, we're heading to the next high volume node. Look. Here was your point of control. I said, you get above it, you're going where? To this next high volume node. That bigger node of liquidity. Where are you right now? Right there. Come on now. I'm teaching this to you every single day. Okay? I'm going over this stuff all the time. Now it's a pretty good time to take some profits. I mean, you're overbought on the daily. Yes, it could continue up. Anything could happen, but use the general thesis of the idea here. And you buy when you're low on the Stokes, you get out when you're high. And if you kind of continually do these simple things, again, I'm not a financial advisor. You do whatever makes you happy. You got to learn this system. This is my system. I took a bunch of things that I was taught, and then I back tested the charts for months and months, and then I found something that got me excited. Let's take a look at that alert for scallop, as you'll be privy to what I'm looking at here. So I talked about scallop. Look at this. Dude. Funny, me and my team, we look at stuff. I mean, it was oversold in the daily, pumped to the upside. Look at that. I put out a list of all the most oversold coins. Man, I give you so much information, it's insane. I scanned the market the other day. I said, look, all oversold in the daily, right? Swash, Rally, Orc, Spell. I really think Scallop was in there. I did find Scallop eventually when I extended that. But again, point of the story is, right? Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days later, you're oversold in the daily with stochastics low, lack of bearish momentum, and a falling wedge. It's if you're missing trades, if you're struggling, again, we are in a bear market, so not every trade's going to play out perfectly. It's not. It's just you have to manage risk far better, and you can't overtrade in this market. You got to trade. In my opinion, you can't overtrade in this market. You can't open up 17 positions like you're in a bull market. It's highly recluse, right? So, not a good look. Look at this. I mean, I put this in a flag yesterday. HAPI on the live stream. I talked about this yesterday. This is a free thing. Like, it even put in look, it's up 24%. Came down. It's staying up there. Like, it's still up from when I put it out yesterday in the live. That was yesterday in the live stream. Look, 11 o'clock at October 19th. Gains every single time. I mean, just, it's right here in front of you. There's no smoke and mirrors. Everyone's always like, I joined this trading group. And you know why? There's too many people in the trading group. And they're like, but the guy said this and they did that. And it's like, dude, just do what I show every single day. Do what learn the system. It's right here in front of you. Tight channel, touching the 21-day moving average. Lack of bearish momentum. RSI and a falling wedge, close to oversold, a release below 50. Take my beginner's course. I teach it every single Tuesday. Take it. It's $60 for $100. Think about it. You'll have the knowledge that it took me 15 years to learn. And I'm saying, once you fine-tune it and keep using it, it can produce way more than the $100 you paid for it. It's a no-brainer. It's like buying a shovel, dude. When you're a kid, you buy a shovel for $20. Then you go around town, you say, hey, can I shovel your house? You shovel 10 people's homes, they give you $20 a piece. That shovel made you $200. All you had to do was get off your butt and put in some effort. You know what I mean? Same thing with trading. I produce the shovel. I give you the shovel for $100. Then you can go and sit there and shovel money out of the market with the shovel that I give you. I'm giving you, this isn't just a course. I'm giving you something. I'm giving you a tool. I'm giving you something you can use for the rest of your life. I'm selling you a tool. Just to make it really clear. Shout out to the 339 people on the live, 633 people watching. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. I talked about HORD last night. It did a nice little pump and then a nice little dump, gave it back. But that's why you got to have a limit order. Always move the stop loss in a bear market. The second you're up 5%, 10%, stop loss to break even. Every single time you're in a trade, stop loss to break even. And get hit off. Have your last 10 trades all be break even trades. Only pay the fees. Who cares? As long as you don't lose. First rule of trading is not lose money. Guard the money, guard the money, guard the money, guard the money. Once you figure that out, then you start dissecting perfect buys and sells, and you don't let your emotions take you in and out of trades. You got to be really careful, though. It's going to take time. You're not going to understand your emotions and how they react to trading in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months. It's going to take 2 to 3 years for your body and mind to really work through how you feel when you're putting money into a trade. That's the thing. Everyone thinks it's technical analysis. You have to learn it. So it's number one. But when they get into technical analysis, it takes their mind away from the fact that they haven't put any research into themselves, how they feel about their emotions, who they are, how they get in and out of situations. Do they believe in themselves? There's a guy, he's in a trade. The trade goes wrong. He goes, okay, that's supposed to happen. These are percentages. He shrugs it off. He keeps moving. There's another person, trade goes wrong. They sit and think about it for days, depressed, don't get into another trade, can't work out, get sick. You know what I mean? If that's happening to you, then we got to work on mentality, emotions, drive, and so many other things than just your trading style. It's about who you are as a person. How do you handle success? How do you handle failures? I'll tell you what, to be a trader, you must be very good at handling failures. Not every trade's going to go well for you. It's going to be frustrating. And when you're a beginner, you don't know any of this, so you're going to lose more money at the beginning than at the end. It's just a fact. You don't know how to do it. It's like a person who doesn't know how to drive is more likely to get into a car accident. That's why insurance is high for new drivers. Your insurance is high right now. You're a new trader. Your insurance is high. Take that into consideration when everything doesn't go well. You're not supposed to be good at something that can pay you millions of dollars and that can put you in the top 1% of the world and you can work from home. You're not supposed to be good at that in the first time you do it. That's just not going to happen. If something is that hard that people can become in the top 1% of the world doing it and extract themselves out of the rat race and sit in their home like I am and do what they love to do and set up a beautiful studio with screens all around them, and then, you know what I mean? It's not going to be easy. If it was easy, then everyone wouldn't be working a 9 to 5. If it was easy, you would not have a server at the job right now. You'd go to a restaurant, there'd be nobody to serve you food because everyone would be like, dude, I can just do the trading thing. I wouldn't do this serving stuff. Nobody would drive a bus. Thank God not everybody wants to be a trader because everyone would make millions of dollars and no one would do anything else. Right? VERA and Amazon are partnering up. Is that for real? Are you starting FUD, dude? Veracity and Amazon? No way. I honestly don't believe it. I don't believe that. I just don't, but we'll see. I got to see that for myself. That's insane. Now, you can buy a Veracity pillow on Amazon. You can buy a sweatshirt. I don't know. I don't know, man. You might be spreading some... I'd have to see that verified. Let's see. VERA Views is pleased to share with our network that we have been approved as an Amazon Ads partner and included on the Amazon Ads Partner Directory as a tool provider. Learn more about the fantastic Amazon Ads Partner Network and our blog post here. Amazon Ads, a truly transparent ad fraud solution. Veracity. Hey, I see Veracity and Amazon together. That's big news, dude. That's big news. Shout out to Crypto Baker for bringing us that information. We have an amazing group of people here in the community. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. Let's take a look at Lit. Lit's on my radar. Litentry. Litentry, when it gets hot, it gets hot, right? I'm watching this falling wedge for Lit. All right, just something to think about on my radar. Has lower liquidity than I want. The candles don't get as full, so you got to be careful of that. I like the ladder in. For instance, $5,000 position, 10 $500 buys. It's annoying, but I sit there and open up 10 $500 positions every couple minutes in of each other, and then I can close them 1, 2, 3. Way easier than trying to force a $5,000 buy into Litentry. You get what I mean? So think about what you're doing. Have common sense. You're buying a low liquidity coin in a bear market. You can't force your way into the position. You gotta waltz in there. All right. So do the right thing. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just teaching you that laddering in works way better than forcing yourself. And again, there's a point of control right here. We get above that. Where are we going? To this next liquidity zone. That just is what it is. So looks like to me, a pretty fast move once it gets started for Litentry. So that's just why I'm looking at it on my radar. LUXE, we nailed it. Shout out to anyone that took LUXE. And again, this is one of my long-term kind of overall ideas. I found the cup and handle. Then when I looked at it doing something funky, I saw this interesting double bottom. Then it kind of made a triple bottom. Then it made a descending triangle, which most of the time is going to dump on you. But it is a 50-50 pattern. And then it had a point of control here. Once it got a point of control, it was gone. It's still holding up a 44% gains. LUXE, which is LYXE. There's something interesting. LUXE, man. And Sean, if you search this, I should just be able to post this to you. And you should be able to, that's another thing, Sean. Sometimes I post these and you don't know, right? I guess I can't, you'd have to like search every day and like figure it out. But that one could have been done technically. Maybe you did do it. Let me check. You probably did. You're pretty quick. Every time I try to catch you up, you're always like, nah, I did it, man. I'm on point. Look, you did. You did it. Look, you did do it. Look, see? I'm right. I know. You're the best. Look, 51%. So you got them all, man. I can't say anything about my team, man. I try to criticize my team. I can't. They work too hard, too fast, too quick, too smooth. You can't mess with lifers, bro. Not even the lifer can mess with the lifers. Shout out to the 647 people on the live, 375 likes. Everybody, the likes create the show. Yesterday we had 800 people here. We're about to go to 1,000, but we had a few people playing games like these people here. We have about almost 300 people that don't want to hit that like button. I don't know why, or they forgot about it. You know what? I believe you're beautiful people. You just forgot. I've been watching a show and I forgot to hit the like button. So jump on in there, hit that like button. Another funny thing we do here is if you hurt your finger on the way down to the like button, because it happens, right? You're on your way down, you trip, something happens, you hit the like, oof. And it's like this. It's like this. Like, let me zoom in here. You get like, and it's like you get a sprain in this top area, or you might come down a little hard and you might kind of jettison. You know, so the whole point is jettison your finger. It's just ridiculous. The whole point is, though, we have a little ice here and a splint for your finger to keep you going, to keep your finger okay in case you hurt it. No, because you might hurt it on what? You might hurt what? You might hurt it on the way down. We just want to make sure you're protected. And we want to let you know that we're there for you. And then in case you do hurt yourself, we have splints and ice packs for your finger. So don't worry. We got you, baby. We got you. So Veracity pumps on that news. I'd like to see this. Veracity pumping on Amazon news. Finally some news. Making something happen. You know what I mean? This is what I want to see. This is a market that could turn. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to see big names talking about getting into crypto like this. I mean, Veracity is at the bottom. I'll hold this long term. I started getting into it, you know, when it first came out on a decentralized exchange. I found a lot of these coins before they even came out on these bigger. I'd be surprised. Some of my holdings from the last run may end up blowing up. You know, you never know. Some of the things you bought on the low lows may end up blowing up. So keep them on the radar. You never know. So love seeing VERA bounce like that to the upside. That's big news. Veracity bouncing. Dude, that's huge. All right. So I have more to show you now. Let's get into the dollar index. I've really been waiting for this all day. I've already been tracking it and stalking it and looking at it. I got so much to talk about here for the dollar index. So check it out. Check it out. I got a whole scenery here. Last night before I went to bed, all right, we were right here on the dollar index. And I said, man, we must dump. I said, this dollar index must not get, because if we broke out of this flag was breaking out and we weren't going to dump back down to the bottom of this pattern, and it wasn't looking good. It just wasn't. And so I was like, can we get above the zone? I was hoping and praying that we could get above this. We would get rejected by this resistance. And lo and behold, look at this. Would you look at that? A shoulder, a head and a shoulder, man. And look, extreme bearish divergence, which I did point out, swinging up to swing down. And this is a rising wedge. And I said, you know, we're likely to break down to the length of the rising wedge. We did that. Then we crept up today, trying to get Bitcoin to dump, right? But we got resistance, and then we fell down again. Dude, this is what I'm talking about. And I predicted this. I predicted this dump all the way back down to here. That's why I have these three lines in the circle. Go to the circle, please. And this is going to give Bitcoin a rally up to 20,000, 21,500 even. Maybe even to 22K, right? This is going to be a nice rally for Bitcoin. So far, this has, you know, again, I thought Bitcoin would have got a little bit of a move bigger after this dump. But anything, I just want to see the dollar lose support and resistance areas and continue to dump. So far, exactly what we planned out. You know, you could have shorted the dollar on this idea last night when I posted it, right? And we're continuing to dump, which I love. Let's look at our 4-hour time frame. Our 4-hour time frame still has legs to the downside. Yes, we may get a bit of a bounce on the other time frames, but I believe we're headed to the bottom of this pattern. I don't see anything stopping us. So this is really good. Then the dollar's going to come back up again and get rejected, come down again, and it's in a downtrend. It has broken the trend. I'm telling you right now. Look, the trend was to the upside. It's broken the parabola. I mean, when the parabola breaks, it's over. So far, so good. Let's take a look. Now, the daily could go in this. Here's the thing. Here's two things that could happen. I want to break down the macro idea here for you. So the dollar index, right? It's in this bit of a parabola. Technically, I feel like it broke a parabola, But you could say that this could be a step one, step two. I mean, just insane. Like, assets just don't do this. No asset in the world does this, except for a printed one that's been manipulated, right? So, and it's just sad. The human race doesn't have to manipulate things. Like, we can live in symbiotic balance with the universe. We can vibrate at a high frequency. We don't need to be doing these shady little moves like Jerome Powell and the Fed, and like, they're just low frequency individuals. I can't wait till we somehow elevate to a higher frequency. We find a way to live better, and we get rid of this parasitic banking system that really doesn't work. It doesn't work. You produce something good, you get paid for it. You don't convince a government to take all your debt from you and put them into financial slavery through International Monetary Fund. That's what's happening to every single country in the world, just so you know. El Salvador figured it out. That's why they bought Bitcoin. The IMF was not happy. Remember how pissed they were when IMF... They're like, IMF upset with El Salvador. You know what I mean? El Salvador's increase in public debt will constrain medium-term growth. See? IMF urges Salvador to remove Bitcoin as legal tender. What a bunch of corny mother... Yo, that's how you know they do not care about you. And the sad thing is, even our government's in bed with these dudes. So it's like, when you link it all back to the frequency, when you're conscious and you say, okay, where's the clear frequency? And you link it all the way back, you can see who's got your back and who doesn't. And you don't have to, it's pretty obvious. The math, follow the money, baby. It'll tell you. So look, this daily does want to rip to the upside. I don't like this daily suggesting that we could get a bounce back to the upside. So let's see if the 1 hour continue to dump. We are losing support and resistance areas. So no matter what the oscillators say, it's about support and resistance. We do never want to see the dollar get back above 113.46. This, to me, is no, and no. Like, so let's continue this downtrend. 4 hour is continuing. However, look, the 1 hour wants to bounce. And this is why I'm saying the short looks like it's about to play out, because the 1 hour wants to bounce. So, can we rustle the crow's feather with my beautiful mind? Let's take a look. So look at this. Yes, I said it. Look, swing down to swing down. Swing up to swing up. What did he just say? So look, this is a bullish divergence here on the DXY 15. So what we need is we need an M to pump and dump. We don't want to see this break back above the zone. This is that, like, the wedge that breaks out and breaks back in that I play on crypto a lot. The breakout, break back in wedge. We want to see this level not get taken back. So we want to make sure we get resistance here at 112.85 when the 15-minute comes back up. And that will solidify that Bitcoin will not, and the short won't play out too well. So this is complicated math, everybody. You don't just get into a trade. You kind of look at the markets first. You look at your high probability, and then once you see that, you make a move. And so we're watching the dollar index to M pattern to the downside. And now you can see, wow, that's why he has so much sauce over here and so much sauce over there. And that's why he draws this and draws that. That's why this guy's all over the place. Or not all over the place, but that's why he has so much science everywhere, because I'm tracking multiple assets at once to give me the highest probability. Now, you don't have to do this. You can do whatever you want. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I'm doing the most I can to give myself the best probability of winning. All right? So. All right. Comb on the radar. Funny, had a little bit of a bounce finally. We talked about that. Weird. AI didn't do too much. Ads, this thing is funny. Alchemy. I love seeing VERA pump on the Amazon music. Now, do you get in on this? Like, do you race on candles on this news? I mean, it pumped, right? I would never do that, ever. So I just want to, I have done it. I wouldn't do it again. If you really need to get in, you try to scalp a 1 minute for 5%. But I mean, I'd be very careful doing that. And I don't like doing that. So I should even show things that I don't like doing. Could be a possible 12% scalp, though, with the hype. Like, if more people, oh, yeah, just going to buy that now. I own it already. I like to see that they're already implemented with Amazon. I mean, it's a big deal. And if more of that happens throughout the market, I'm going to be excited. I saw Z token this morning, or last night before I went to bed, but I didn't put it down. And I saw it here, about to break out, and it did actually for a nice 12%. 1 hour was low on the stochastics, lack of bearish momentum, and a flag touching the 200-day moving average. All right. Falcon swap. Wow, we're seeing a little bit of movement. Now, these KuCoin altcoins really don't care. They do really well. That's crazy that Comb did some gains. We were just talking about it. I was just going over it. It was on my radar. Comb, and you can see here. Well, and I never do that. But look, I'm putting Comb on 10.7. I'm saying the daily's oversold for Comb, you know. Just back on the radar again. And that's how I do it. There's a system to doing this. I got ONSTON on the radar, something that I'm looking at, very tight to the channel. Looks like it could do some damage. 4 hour looks lovely. Daily is a little indecisive, but I mean, it's not at the high, right? So I really like what I'm seeing for ONSTON. If ONSTON becomes a big winner for the week, I would not be surprised. It's tight in the moving average. It's getting a wedge. There's a point of control right there and there. Gets above that, it's high. It's flipping to 0.4623. Not too far from now. That's about 100% gains, 150% gains out of ONSTON. We already hit this for gains. I put it out not too long ago. I actually called this like bottom area and was watching it, and then it flew. I put it on people's radar. No one even knew what it was. A lot of coins you're going to find out about through me. You'll never even hear about them, but through me, you'll find out about them. You're like, well, I never even knew what that coin was. In my trading group, we got bots working for you. We got whale alerts. We got whale bot wrecked. We got exchange announcements. This is telling me, look, Apricot will be listed on Binance. Dude, that's a big deal. I mean, Apricot Finance, right? APT. NFT launch has been listed on Mercatox. It's a crappy little exchange, though. Sorry, I never really say that, but Mercatox, tiny. It's still around, though. I bought my, I had stuff on Mercatox. I had my kin on Mercatox. They had kin there. So look, Binance Futures are Quant now. Quant has Binance Futures. They didn't before. That's amazing, right? XEN has been listed on BitThumb. Right? Ascendax. You can see Aptos is on Coinbase now. Yesterday at 3 o'clock. So you just start seeing what coins are getting added, and you can make money doing this by figuring out where the liquidity is going to that coin. Look, Eternity has been listed on KuCoin. Efinity, EFI, has been listed on KuCoin yesterday at 1:50 in the morning. Pocket Network. I like the Pocket Network. Let's take a look at POKT here. And these are brand new coins that just came out. All right, look, just came out. They get sold off pretty fast, but then we start looking at them. New coins tend to make some money. They can do some damage because they don't get the associated kind of feeling of Bitcoin. You know, they can just do what they want to do. Now, I don't like to trade brand new coin bottoms. I think it's high risk. But if this gets back above a point of control or something happens to it, 15-minute is in a falling wedge, I'll just start looking at it. It's a new coin to play with. All right, and this is how we found Blocktopia, Gala, all these new coins. They just came up on my radar like that. Then I started tracking them. Next thing you know, we researched what they were. Then we found out they were metaverse. Then we found that the metaverse was coming, and then we 20x, 7x, and made big money. So by sticking around to the live, by just seeing what's new, because we don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you what's about to happen. Nobody knows. You know what I mean? We go one step at a time. All right, lifer friend, you did not lose your job. You just changed. Track the lifer track. You are the soul of the group. You are not alone. You will become the force, and together we will move mountains. No stop station, baby. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. May God bless you and yours. TA on Filecoin, please. It's at the bottom. KOK, Equify, Phantom. I was about to say, how much is Phantom now? I mean, Phantom bottomed at 18 cents. That's when I bought it on the lows, right? I feel like we're back at the bottoms again. 20-cent Phantom. 19-cent Phantom. 18-cent Phantom. I mean, I don't know if it gets any lower than that, right? I mean, it wicked all the way to an 18-cent Phantom. That's when I first started buying Phantom. See, it's crazy. But I was able to call this bottom here for Phantom with Bitcoin. And I got in heavy and rode it all the way up to 350. Got out 285, 216, different price action. But, man, it double topped and came up again, too. Gave you 2 times to get out and hit the top again. Phantom. Unbelievable. Made a beautiful M. And look, if you knew how to trade the weekly got beat on you. And honestly, you look at Phantom on Binance because it had more information. All right? And you can see, like, you get in when the weekly was low, you get out when the weekly was high. It's a simple stochastic trade, weekly trade. How long did it take to make the money? And this is what I want to teach you. And this is not easy. I did it 105 days. 3 months is not that long to make serious gains like that. All right? 1,250%, 12x. I made even more, 19x, but I'm just saying. So Phantom could be viable again. Will it have the same pump again? Will it have the same action? It's going to have more competition. There's going to be coins with faster that have faster movement and have new tech. So we got to be careful too. So I don't think the setting isn't the same as it was before. Back then, DeFi was just coming out. Uniswap had come out. Binance Smart Chain had come out. Matic, and then Phantom was like the next in line. And I knew it was just going to capture a lot of movement. It's still there. Spooky Swap is still good, right? But they did have some issues with depegging. Right? There's been some issues with Phantom. And then the heads left Phantom, and it got sold off like you read about. Remember that? The bear market was just nasty. Luna, the Phantom FUD, and it just all got worse and worse and worse. Unbelievable. And lo and behold, we entered back into a bear market, right? So that's how it works. Let's get into the super chats, everybody. Thank you for being here. So I showed you the dollar index, super important. Let's take a look at ES1 as well, which is the S&P futures. And I'll show you what I have cooking for the S&P futures. Now, on the weekly, I'm suggesting a huge bounce for the S&P futures. Now, Bitcoin is high on the weekly. Isn't that interesting? Or not as, but I showed you the anomaly and this front run. So this tells me we're about to have a huge move to the upside. So I'm calling for a reversal in the world markets. Right now, I'm calling a reversal in the world markets. You guys got to clip this out because this should make it to CNBC. Seriously. My name is Samuel James Price. I've been studying world markets for 10. My name is Samuel James Price. I'm known professionally as Crypto Lifer on YouTube. I've been studying world markets for 20 years. I've been trading for 15 of those 20 years. I've been looking at gold, silver, financial markets. I've been looking at how the Federal Reserve actually works, how we trade bonds in the open market system. You may want to Google that. And I've figured out so many different little intricacies in the markets. And I've taken a bunch of different charts and put them together. And I'm seeing some signs of the strong indicators in which I use and have put a lot of faith in over the last 10, 15 years in trading. And right now, I'm telling you, I am seeing a strong indication that the S&P is going to reverse to the upside. Why is that? Well, there's something called bullish divergence. You rarely see it on the weekly chart. And here we see it again on the weekly here. Swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. I'm a simple man. I trade simple things on big time frames. This stochastics RSI, whenever we've been low here, look, we got a nice bounce. Here we got a little bounce. There was no bullish divergence when these bounces occurred. I just want to make that clear. All right. Here we had a huge bounce here. Slight bullish divergence there at that point in time for the S&P. Here, not really. Here, there is the last time the S&P had severe bullish divergence like we have it now. Swing down to swing down on the weekly and swing up to swing up. The last time we had it was in 2016. So we haven't seen a substantial divergence just like this is now looking just like that since 2016. I'm making a bold statement here for anyone watching this and anyone that's invested in any market throughout the world. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But I am calling a reversal in world markets. I am calling a dump in the dollar. I am calling a bigger move than most people see. If 3,700 can hold, then we can get to 4,000. We get to 4,000. This wedge is breaking out. We're getting above this resistance point, and we can see some serious moves back in the world markets. We could even head into some type of bull rally in 2023 for crypto. I don't want to be 100% on anything. Anything is possible. But I'm just showing you, we have never seen this indicator. We haven't seen this indicator since 2016 show signs of this. And it's not even an indicator. It's something you have to figure out. It's like a scavenger hunt that you find. I know this juxtaposition of angles, and I'm always looking for it. And I see it again. I'm telling you, I'm a nerd. I've spent hours in the charts while everyone else was reading the news and doing other things. I truly believe I'm an anomaly of sorts because of all the time I've spent. This is weird. This is different. I'm saying so much that this is huge, and this is going to front run Bitcoin. I wouldn't be surprised we saw a $30,000 Bitcoin. I just recently bought an entire Bitcoin because of what I'm seeing here on the S&P. I can't tell you what to do. All I can show you is what I'm doing and the significance of these indicators at this point in time. I'm seeing lack of bearish momentum. I'm seeing bullish divergence on the weekly. And let this go through. Share this to social media. Let your father see this. Let your mother see this. Everyone who has a 401k, anyone that has anything to do with any market in the world, everyone is scared. Nobody knows what's going on. Let them see this information. Let them know. Let them know they can come to the Crypto Lifer Show every single day and they can be put at ease. They can see where we're likely headed and they can begin to learn how to trade any market in the world. Everybody, this is it. I go live every single day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. I can't wait to see you on the live where I discover things like this every single day. All right. And it's weird that we just lost people on the live stream right now. We had 600 people. Why do people leave the stream when we're going over, like, this is like the most significant thing I said in months. On any stream I've ever been on any stream I've ever done, this is like the most significant thing I've ever talked about, okay? I'm telling you right now. This is insane right here, all right? People have to work. A run-up for 2023, 2025 would be crazy. Y'all remember what he's saying here. Shout out to Scott, man. I love you, brother. Shout out to CNC Ireland. And so let's get back into the super chats now. Let's break it down. And Bitcoin rejected as suggested, you know what I mean, by 19,300 area, right? We're flagging, though. So continue to make this flag. Not the worst thing in the world, right? When in doubt, flag it out. And if we can stay in a flag and not dump, it's all about the 1 hour flagging out, though. And I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll play it slow. 15 in the. These suggest we just dump right back down to lower areas. And we had another group here, right? Yeah, we did. All right. So you could have a long-term group and you can have a short-term group, right? So you can have like your weekly, right? We can get rid of the box. And then you can go back to like the 1 hour and I can turn on the other group that I had. You see how I did this? So you can have like TA just waiting. So to me, as long as Bitcoin stays above this point of control, we're fine. So 1 hour can come on down and bounce. We just got to hold this. This zone must hold. We come back lower, we start playing games, we'll reject that and we could go lower. So this point of control is huge. I want to see Bitcoin stay above it on the 1 hour. So simple as this. I flag this out. I watch this in the 1 hour. If the 1 hour can stay above it, we can get down here. I would long that at that point in time. So I set my projections. I wait 8 to 9 hours. If it plays into my projection, I take the trade. Simple as that. If it doesn't play in my projection, then it didn't go into, it didn't follow suit into the probability that I was waiting for, I don't take the trade. Simple as that too. All right. Bang, bang, bang. Damn, we couldn't get as many viewers today as we got yesterday, man. Yesterday was amazing. 800 people got me going. Shout out to the 488 likes and the 570 people on the live stream. Thank you so much for jumping on in, though, and getting that knowledge and getting it in. We're going to look at DOT, ETH BTC, the outlook for XRP and the Casper network, and the bottom indicator as well. So look, my bottom indicators. Someone spent $20 on that. He wants to see it. I got to give it to him. So let's go to all my groups. Let's turn all my groups off. All right. Delete my little projection. And you can see why I feel I'm sitting pretty at 19,000. I'm pretty sure I bought the bottom, but anything is possible, man. I know I'm open-minded to believe I may not have, and I've kept capital on the side to kind of to soften the blow if we do go down. You know what I mean? So don't worry. I'm all right. But my indicators are pretty strong, man, and I'm going to show you what I see. All right. First thing I'm going to show you is logarithmic view on the weekly, right? And I've shown this many times. Some people may be like, I've seen this guy's bottom indicators for weeks now. I've shown it on multiple shows, many, many places, right? So we're going to look at this on the weekly, all right? And you're going to add pi cycle bottom, which I should have it saved, but it's like, I'll just type in pi bottoms. Usually it comes up by Tondi. And so why I like this, because it coincides. Whenever these two lines cross, you find yourself at a bottom. It's pretty clear. And whenever they cross, you find yourself at a top the other way if you put the top indicator on. It's almost like never wrong. And when they cross there, we had our bottom. All right? We crossed there, we have another cool bottom. And we've crossed right there. And I'm telling you, I know it's just one indicator, like whatever's, but if you knew the significance of this indicator and you've been using it for 5 years like me, then when a pi cycle calls a bottom, it's a substantial thing. It really is. It's a big deal. All right. So when they get really far apart, that's when it's time to sell off. Now you can put a top indicator on, pi cycle top, right? Here's the pi cycle indicator with the stock to flow. And this thing calls tops too whenever the red line crosses here. Top, top. Called both tops perfectly recently, and it's called the bottoms perfectly recently. So one thing I see is that. That's just, I'll throw that out there, okay? Just one thing I'm going to break down, all right? We're not done, though. We'll get out of logarithmic view, right? I'll go back to, and that's a rainbow chart and all that fun stuff, right? And we'll go back to my 800-day moving average indicator, right? And we'll go to the daily. And I talk about the bottom whenever the 800 passes through the 50 and the 100. And right there, the 800-day passed through the 50, and that was the bottom right there. A few days later, you call the bottom. By the time we went through the 200, it was over. Same thing is happening right here. We went through the 50. A few days later, that's our bottom. By the time you go through the 200, it's over. All right? And if we go all the way back in time, and we have to be on the, I have to be in the all-time history index because I got to get more information. But I go even further back in time. This will cover me all the way back to 2015. And you're going to see the exact same piece of information. And Bitcoin's not that old of an indicator. So that's in 7 years, it's 10 years old. And the second that the 800-day moving average passes through the 50, we eventually have our bottom within a few days. And then when you cross through the 200, it's over. It's another indicator, right? Bang. Last thing I do is I put the 8-day, right? And this is from Steve at Crypto Crew University. This is his thing. So I grabbed his thing and it matches up with mine. So I said, that's crazy. And I grabbed the Gaussian channel, right? I didn't come up with this. But no one is truly makes things up on their own. Everyone kind of comes up with an idea somehow, some way. So look, and if you look at the 8-day chart, and every time that the green turned to red, we had a bottom for Bitcoin. Right there, we just had it. Right here, we had it right there, which coincides with the pi cycle and the 800-day moving average, right? And this is like, and now we have bullish divergence on the weekly. Like now we have the things that I should be seeing, that I was waiting to see. There it is again. And this goes all the way back and does it again down here and calls a bottom here too, back in 2012. So this thing was right 4 times straight if it was right this time again. Again, everyone says you never know. I say you do know. And, I'm open-minded. I say you never know, right? There could be a black swan event. Anything could happen. But I say you do somewhat know. And these indicators have never been wrong. See, the thing is, if I don't buy the Bitcoin and we fly all the way up and the bottom's in, the indicators told me the bottom was in. And so if I don't listen to them, I'm going to be a fool. And so I have had these indicators before and I have not listened to them. And so because I've been burned, I've been burned the other way. I didn't buy the bottom when I should have. I didn't sell the top when they told me to. So now I just do what these tell me to do. And when they tell me to buy the bottom, I buy it. And so I've been buying the bottom because the indicator's telling me to do it, not because my emotions are telling. I'm not listening to myself anymore. That took me years to do. I basically took an AI bot, trained it to my brain, and now part of my brain is AI bot. It really is. I have to say, I don't use my emotions when buying Bitcoin. The average person does because they've been subconsciously, brainwashed and pushed by news and like, oh, this is the news, I got to do this to buy and sell with the fear, right? I don't do that. I do whatever the charts tell me to do because I've reprogrammed my brain through the charts. The charts will reprogram your brain. I don't think you realize what you're doing when you chart with me. You're going to reprogram your brain forever. You're not going to be able to think the same. You're not going to see things the same. You're going to change. And that's what I'm really going after. I'm attempting to change the way you think, the way you see things, because that's really where it's at. All right. POKT claiming you got a bottom here too. This is work on the 4-day on other coins. We don't know. I showed you my special sauce for Bitcoin. I think I have another bottom indicator too. Yeah, I got another bottom indicator too as well. That's not my only bottom indicator. Then I have the hidden bullish divergence on the weekly. Then I also have the stochastics on the 2-week. And then I also have the monthly chart, right? So look, then I go by the 2-week chart. And whenever the stochastics are below the dotted line on the 2-week chart, I'm getting in. I'm getting in. Because I go through the past, that was a low, that was a low, that was a low, that was a low, that was a low. And you only had 5 really big lows here in Bitcoin's life cycle. So that's another reason why I'm all over it. And so too many coincidental things are showing me signs of a move. Monthly has hidden bullish divergence, which is a swing up here, which I keep showing, and a swing down here. Right? So And do we like make a, and look, I was showing this chart recently. We could be in a broadening wedge that just is going to break all the way back out to the upside here. On the monthly chart, which nobody is saying. Think about it, when the bottom's in, it's only going to be one or two YouTubers that call it, that really, really call it. There's going to be one guy throughout the world. That was the dude, you know? Everyone wants to be that dude, right? Everyone's attempting to be that person. I'm just showing you what I see. I put a lot of time in, and I believe I think I outwork most people in the world. And I think because I outwork most people in the world, I'm going to see it when they don't. That's my belief. And I believe God will protect me through that. Like he's like, hey, Sam, it's all you do. I tell everyone right now, I'm obsessed with cryptocurrency and charting. I hang out with my kids. I hang out with my wife. I hang out with you guys in my trading group. And this is all I do. I'm a nerd. So if anyone's going to find the bottom, I believe it's going to be me or someone like me that does this every single day obsessively to the point of no return, right? That's going to be the guy. Just like the arrow that hits the target is the one that gets shot, you know, the most. Or the guy that hits the target is the guy that shoots the arrow the most. So we're going to get there together. And each and every one of you help me show up every single day because you show up, I show up. So you are making it happen too. We're all doing it together. All right. Let's get back into the super chats. May God bless you and yours. Let's take a look at Polkadot. Let's take a look at Polkadot here. Dot. And Polkadot's had the most movement on chain in history of its life. So that tells you that it's probably a good time to accumulate Polkadot on the lows. It's more valuable than it's ever been to people, to coders, because it has more action on the network than ever. So to me, it's more valuable than it's ever been, but it's saying that it's not. Look at the 5-day chart. 5-day chart's ready to rock for you at its point of control. I already own big bags of this, at $4, $5, even $6. Maybe I'll pick up another $2,000 at $6. Possibly a good idea. Polkadot's not going to make a huge gains. Like in the last run, it went up 10x, right? We got in at 5 and 4 or 5, and our height at one point was 55, so 11x, and it took way too long, and it dipped all the way back down to 12 before it pumped up again. We had two rallies. You had this rally, you had that rally. It's weird. We had two rallies in a row. It was very strange. I wasn't used to it. I was like, I called this bottom, then we pumped up again with the divergence and all that, and that's crazy. The news did all that, but the charts showed you that it was going to happen as well. I can't explain that. I'll go through that on another day, but I'm just messing around. So let's take a look at Polkadot. So the bigger time frames look good for Polkadot. 22 hour seems like it has to come down, right? It's funny, the bigger I get on bigger time frames, the more the 22 hour acts like the 1 minute to me. I'm like, that's minutia. We'll get through that 20% up and down. You know, it's like, so I mean, again, this is Bitcoin. It's such a big coin, and it has such a large market cap that it's Bitcoin in a nutshell. Whatever Bitcoin's going to do, this is going to do. Again, it has the bullish divergence, like I'm showing you on multiple time frames, on the weekly and the daily. It's saying that you're at a bottom for almost every coin now. So if Bitcoin bottoms, then every coin's going to bottom. Not necessarily. Some altcoins might struggle as Bitcoin pumps. People might sell it off and FOMO into Bitcoin. Usually, Bitcoin pumps huge first, and everyone freaks out. And they're like, damn it, we should have. Like, when the bottom finally is in and Bitcoin starts to make the move, everybody knows it. And everybody kicks themselves, and it starts to rip. And what happens is all those people FOMO in because they're like, you know what, this is it. And they all start buying in. They buy. So if you didn't buy at 19K, you're going to FOMO in at 30 and 20 and 35 and 40. So you don't know that yet, but you are, because you're going to freak out and you're going to realize that, and then it's going to go back down to 31. You're going to buy at 45, and then you're going to be back in the same thing. Like, I should have listened to Crypto Lifer and bought the fear when everyone else was telling me we were going lower. But again, don't listen to anyone else but yourself. That's the key. I'm going to teach you to be self-sufficient. Anyone can teach you to listen to somebody else. That's whack. I'm going to teach you how to be self-sufficient. You can do it too. You can do it too. I'm telling you right now. You can do anything I do. I'm just a man. No comment, right? I'm anything I want to be. No, I'm just, sorry. 15-minute. This is following Bitcoin in a nutshell. As I showed you before, I see sideways or down action for the day. Same thing with Polkadot. However, Polkadot, in my humble opinion, really must hold this level at 6, or it's coming down lower to 567 at the bottom of this channel. Right? It's going to fall down there. It's holding a pretty strong support at 611. 4-hour wants to rip. I like the 4-hour on a lot of different coins. And again, this is that same symmetrical triangle that we're setting up here. See this like tight, and that could break out to the upside or to the downside, 50-50. If Bitcoin pumps, Polkadot's going to pump. I'll tell you that right now, and it is looking more bullish to me on the bigger time frames. The dailies, but that 3-day, man, I like the 3-day, and I keep talking about how much I trade it, and I'm showing you the bullish divergence on it. I believe you could trade this 3-day bullish divergence on every coin in the game. Again, we shall see. I'm making a bold statement, so we'll go from there, but it's very rare that bullish divergence doesn't play out, especially when it's on a big time frame like this. I'm expecting a move for Polkadot, but Bitcoin's got to follow forward, and the smaller time frames need to kind of go sideways for a little while first. All right. S&P minutia. So in the last hour, the S&P had a huge bounce to the upside. 37.33. Look at that on the 33. Look at that on the 33, of course. Amazing, right? And it hit resistance at the end of the node. So look, it went from this low volume node, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to pump up here to where the volume tapered off. That makes perfect sense. Then it got bought back up in the last hour too as well. It's interesting. Now we got a flag forming on the 15. Let's keep this flag alive. Let's get back above this next zone. See, look at this node here. Let's get back above that. Higher highs and higher lows. This is a good sign for an uptrend. We're in a trend right now. Here's your high, here's your low, here's your higher high, here's your higher low. Let's put in a higher high on the 15-minute time frame. 37.70. So S&P doing pretty good, which is keeping Bitcoin alive. All right? I'm telling you right now. And that we're flagging out to the side here on the 15-minute. And we're staying above this level that I was like, it'd be so cool if we can stay above the zone. I believe that I like where I got into Bitcoin, but we'll go from there. We will go from there. I don't have a lot of fear about my entry. My entry feels, but you never know. You never know. But the entry just feels solid based on the macro charts that I'm looking at. I feel like I sold. I said to my wife the other day, I said, I didn't buy Bitcoin. She said, what are you doing? Of course you did. I said, no, I didn't. I said, I sold the top of the dollar. I was in the dollar, right? 20 grand. That's a lot of money. And the dollar kept going up. And I finally said, man, I don't think I'm going to get much more out of this move. So like I 4X'd myself and I sold the top. Like I sold somewhere here. I was selling the top of the dollar. I mean, I sold an asset that I was in. I was holding the dollar, right? So I was in an altcoin called the DXY and I held it pretty nicely and I felt like I needed to take profits. So to me, it was time to get into Bitcoin. Doesn't that make sense? Like when you look at it that way, you're like, oh, he sold the top of the dollar. He didn't buy Bitcoin. When you look at it that way, it changes your whole mind. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to become wealthy, you know? Once you figure out what they've been trying to lie to us about and you're on the right side of history, history begins to pay you, you know? Let's look at Casper Labs, something I really like. But look, the 3-day, I played that 3-day a little high. It's a small coin, so the 3-day is, you know. So I was suggesting that it could make a bit of a move earlier today. Look, I saw it in this falling wedge, right? Now it bounced to the 200-day, which makes sense, right? It came back for that support on the 200-day moving average. And the 1 hour is spent. So I wouldn't get in when the 1 hour is overbought, ever, in any coin. It's not a good look. 4 hour looks absolutely lovely, though. So this 4 hour looks like it's about to explode. So what I do, it's a simple thing. I don't stare at it all day. I put an alert here in the middle of the 1 hour time frame. I put an alert here at the bottom of the 1 hour time frame. I also then put an alert here. I take a blue line and I put an alert on this. And what happens is when that hits, I'm going to find an alert on Casper Labs and possibly make a bit of a trade there, right? You get your 12 hour and your 22. They're both low as well with not a lot of information here. I like what I'm seeing. The 22 hour is actually getting bullish for the move there. I like this. It's touching the 21. Tight moving averages. They're not that far apart. It got above a node. It could continue to go. Casper Labs is hot too. People have been talking about it, Casper. So it's got a buzz in the market. It already had a huge couple pumps. It consolidated down. It could be ready for its next move. You could take a mini fib here and just pull a fib from here to here. And you can see you're in the golden pocket there on the mini fib, which is interesting to me. So I like what I'm seeing for Casper. Looks hot to me. I aim to teach people how to enter the trade the proper way, right? And again, nothing I say and do is perfect, and nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But I just, so while I look at it, I say, well, I like the 4 hour. I don't like the 1 hour. I said, well, I'm going to put alerts on the 1 hour to enter the best possible place on that 1 hour time frame. I'd love it if it bounced up and came for a retest. And again, anything could happen. We get short squeeze for Bitcoin. Altcoins could follow. And that brings me back to Bookmap. Bookmap, I have a link in the description below. If you would like Bookmap, Global and Global Plus, you will not get a better discount than the discount I give you. I love the people there. I'm associated with them because I love them. Shout out to the whole team over there, Josh, Bruce, and Sashi. The CEO, I've met him face to face, right? Their head of development and teaching, Bruce Pringle, man, he's the man. And so let's take a look. I mean, they're starting to space the liquidity lower, right? 19,001. You can see we're starting to drip. I'm predicting a fallback or sideways action for the afternoon based on the 1 hour stochastics RSI because they're my go-to indicator, and they tell me that we have lost momentum for the day. And we're going to have to come back down to gain more momentum. We could go sideways or down, but that's my prediction for Bitcoin for the afternoon. All right. So Casper Labs is on my radar, but I'm putting alerts on the 1 hour time frame. If you're in my trading group, I have an alert section. The alert section teaches you when I put alerts. Sometimes it's filled, sometimes it's not. It depends on the market, right? LYFR alerts right here. But right now, CSPR, USDT, adding alerts to the 1 hour. If you don't know how to use my alert system, I have videos in the training library teaching you real time how I use them, taking you through an example of when I found a trade, how I set the alert, when the alert hit. Then I videotaped me explaining this and showing you how the alert comes into play and how I entered the trade. This is all in the learning library. I'm telling you right now, I take you through my entire way I do things. I've never really seen that before in a lot of other trading groups. They give you things in that. I have an actual way I do it, and I show you how I do it with an alert system. You don't have to stare at everything all the time. You can set alerts on 50, 60 coins. I'm telling you, it's the way to trade. If you're not using alerts, you have no idea what you're doing. I'm telling you right now, you're missing out on multiple trades because there's no way you can keep your mind on more trades than I can with my alert systems. I got AI working for me. That's the key. So Casper, adding alerts to the 1 hour time frame here. And I'm doing this all day. Like the live stream ends. I mean, you might get 4 or 5 more of these. You never know what's going to happen. All right. And you get alerts to yourself immediately. Adding alerts to the 1 hour time frame. So if it pumps tomorrow and I make the gains, it's because I set myself up, I planned it out, and I waited. If I lose, it is what it is too. I'll set my support or resistance at a key area, and I'll play it. You know. Let's take a look at ETH BTC. And I've been talking about this trade going up 40% for like a week now. Hold on. I think I did it on 2 different exchanges. So here you go. ETH BTC, I'm looking on the daily time frame inside of this ascending triangle, right? And I'm talking about this wedge breaking to the upside. Now, the daily was low, and it did nothing. It went sideways the whole time. But we are watching this 3-day chart on it. So minutia on the daily could go up and down for a while. And the reason is because they go up and down together. So for a while, they should be sideways, sideways, sideways. When Bitcoin really gets its move, Ethereum will get pulled up with it. And if Bitcoin goes from 19,000 to 24,000, Ethereum's going to go from, 1,100 to 1,400, 1,500. It's going to make 25% if Bitcoin makes 5 or 7%. You're going to make more money on the gain. So here, one whole Bitcoin is going to go up 1.42%. Right? So one whole Bitcoin is going to go up you're going to make 42% on one Bitcoin. You're going to end up with 1.42 Bitcoin in the trade on the 3-day chart. I like what I'm seeing for ETH BTC. Now, the daily isn't perfect, sideways for a while, but I just explained why, because they move together for the next 2-3 weeks. Once things start to decouple and we get a huge move for Bitcoin, ETH will pump. This chart suggests me, show me the chart and I'll show you the news. You got a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. You got a falling wedge. You're in an ascending triangle. You're holding point of control. You could dump and anything could happen. I'm open-minded, but I like what I'm seeing here on the 3-day chart for ETH BTC. All right. Outlook for XRP. A lot of people are getting busy on XRP. Let's go to the 3-day chart. 3-day chart suggests that we're going to have a little bit of trouble to the downside first before we get a move to the upside. So that's a strugglesome comment. Let's take a look at our weekly. Our weekly's also overbought for XRP. We've pumped up nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. We've had some gains. XRP went from 32 cents all the way to a high of about 56. Almost doubled up. You know what I mean? You have to So here, I haven't looked at it in a few days. So I deleted all my old work. We'll look at it again. You're at a huge retracement. If we take a fib, right, which you don't even need to, but you're at an 88.6% retracement, or 88.6. So you hit the low fib and you bounce, telling you that's probably you did bottom there, and you bottomed on the point of control, at 32 cents. Likely that was your bottom for XRP, but no, no guarantees. If we look at the weekly and the 2-week, the sad thing is they're a little extended. Now the monthly is of course low, but they're a little extended, saying that it's possibly XRP. This is weird. Bigger time frame suggests that XRP is going to struggle for a while. Does it even, does it come back down and bounce off of 37 cents? There's a chance that it does, right? The 8 days bearish, the 4 days bearish. The daily is the only thing that looks good right now. Maybe it wiggles its way out. Anything is possible, but you've double topped here. You've at resistance, and the daily has been kind of drained a little bit. You're in a flag that could bounce to the upside. I see this. 4-hour time frame is spent too, and you have a resistance that you just can't seem to get above for XRP. It's not looking too good, in my humble opinion. Doesn't look like the other coins that look nice. Doesn't look like ETH BTC. That's a shoulder, head, and a shoulder possibly too. All right. We also see a little bit of bearish divergence here on the 4-hour because that's a swing down. Well, that's kind of like, I guess not really, but slightly. So, I mean, XRP's got to break back above 49 cents to remain bullish. If it doesn't, it's likely coming down to tussle with 38 and maybe even the bottom of this channel at 19. I mean, I'm not going to go that far. It looks like it may not lose this angle, but it looks like it's going to come down for a while first before it goes up. XRP does not look amazing for whatever reason. It should be following Bitcoin, but it doesn't look amazing. So look, the super chats that were asked here, Polkadot, we did that, right? Done. ETH BTC, we did that. Outlook on XRP, we did that. Casper Network, we did that. And the bottom indicators. Cardano, someone asking about Cardano in the live. Thank you for jumping on in. How y'all doing? How's everybody feeling today? How we all kicking it? And it is 12:01, isn't it? Wow. Show one's at 12, right on right. People leave so fast at 12. They're like, I'm done, man. I'm done. So Cardano, strong divergence here on the 4-hour time frame, screaming that it may be a bottom here. But we've had it before, and we've negated it and fallen through again. But right here, we do have strong divergence for the 4-hour time frame. Let's take a look at the 3-day. 3-day looks absolutely lovely, better than XRP. See what I'm saying? Could be the perfect time to buy Cardano at 35 cents. You'd have to have a lot of BALZs to do it. Hey, I bought Bitcoin, so is Cardano the bottom buy? We shall see. Soon I'm going to start opening up. See that? When I get that solidification, when Bitcoin makes it above that previous high from the bullish divergence, man, oh man. I mean, some altcoins are going to be up huge already, but there's going to be a lot of gains to be had once we get through the zone. Okay? I'm still looking at LUNC, and LUNC is trending on Twitter. Didn't I see it trending on Twitter today? I mean, that's a big deal, right? Let's go back to that, to the votes, right? 88 votes here. What do you think will change the world? The masses DCAing into Bitcoin or trading Bitcoin with 100x leverage? And look, I'm going to paste this into the comment section so you could answer this tweet immediately. Let me know how you feel. What do you think will change the world? The masses DCAing into Bitcoin or trading Bitcoin with 100x leverage? 78%, 21%. Bitcoin DCA, 100 degens. Of course, there's a bunch of people that put 21%. DCA long-term will change lives. Well, 100x degen can crash the markets. Bitcoin DCAing is status quo for now. So what is changing the world more? Socks are a better inflation hedge at the moment. So I'm picking the degen. Doesn't make sense, Golden Queen. Bit beat crypto. Funny. Leverage only builds degenerational wealth. DCA into Bitcoin for generational wealth. I like this man. DCA, yes, buddy. I like this guy. First to vote. Cheers. Bitcom DCA. And I know from experience, Lifer Friend. I love my man. Shout out to Lifer Friend of the game, man. Follow Lifer Friend. He's gaining it. Look, I think he's got 800, almost 800 followers. I'll give him a follow. Even though my media team tells me not to follow everybody, but I'll give you a follow. I got a message coming. I'll check that out in a second. Actually, I want to know who it is. Who's messaging me? Ooh, it's Miss Teen Crypto. She said, would you be on the show Wednesday the 26th at 4 p.m.? Wednesday the 26th at 4 p.m. Yeah, I think that's fine. Babe, BB, Wednesday the 26th at 4 p.m. Miss Teen Crypto. All right? Yes, 6 days from now. Yes. Okay, it's that simple. All right? It's that simple. So we did, I said we were going down or sideways, right, for Bitcoin. And now we're slumping down. Look at that. Dump. I mean, and the short, and I don't like to put out shorts. I really don't. I'm not a big guy. You know, actually, that's not true. I mean, I like to make money either way. I like when Bitcoin pumps, though. Let's be honest. You know, I'm more of a bullish guy than I am more bullishly biased. But that's because there's more money in a bull market. Yeah, you can make money in a bear, but like, it's like, look at me making money while all you lose money. Like, it's not as fun. You know what I mean? So look, we didn't get stopped out. We formed a wedge. We found a kind of a divergence there. But again, even this is kind of minutia. You know what I mean? Like, I could see us push up here and again, it's all about this dollar index, everyone. This is what it is. This starts to let go, things are going to change. And we're not going to deal with the shenanigans anymore. So this little pump here is the short pumping and Bitcoin stumbling a little bit. But look, we're overbought on the 7. This says we're about to dump again. It says we're done. So, signs of life. We want to see the dollar not get back above 112.50. And the games continue on a daily basis, right? Immutable LYXE is dead. Maybe, I don't know. Lunacy is trash like me. You're not trash, man. God bless you. Don't call yourself trash, man. You are a work of God. You're a work of art that God made you, baby. What will happen to Lunacy in 6 days? I'm still in the Lunacy trade. I put $300. I'm either going to lose the $300 or I'm going to gain the money. I made it really clear, right? So I'm either going to lose 300, and I put 3x leverage on Max Global. I'm in the Lunacy Real. So I'm either going to lose it or I'm going to gain it. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is. So I try not to put too much thought into a trade. I set a trade and I let it go. Either the trade makes money or it doesn't. Someone's like, what do you do? Like, do you sit there and think about it all day? Do you like, no, I don't. Waste of time. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Dude, I got to get my unstoppable domain going. I keep forgetting about that. So look, I'm on MEXC Global, and you can trade ETFs, right? Now, I just wanted to see my trade here. I don't look at it every day, I'll be honest. Bear with me for a second here. Oh, then I get stopped out? I thought I was just going to put in whatever I was willing to lose. Come on, man. Lunacy at 3-1. Hold on. Yeah, I got my position. So I'm sitting on 103 Lunacy. All right. I'm trying to do this without, like, I'm always worried. All right, so here. So I got 103 Lunacy. It's not a huge position, all right? Because I just started trading MEXC Global, so I don't, like, throw $10,000 in every single trade. I start small when I start a new exchange. I get kind of comfortable with it. Then I start kind of going harder and harder, right? So this is the trade right here, $103. It's not huge, right? But if it rips, right, it's going to be 3x. It's going to make a lot of money. Like, so I'm looking for this move here for 100% gains. And it's taken forever. Wanted to hear, wanted to hear, wanted to hear. Look how low this daily is, though. Eventually, the daily does, you know, we could dip again and flip it up. But that's why I put up what I was willing to lose. I either lose the entire 300 or I gain more, you know. So it is what it is. And these take a long time. And I don't stress it. I'm either going to come out with $1,000 or I'm going to lose $300. 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio. It is what it is. You know what I mean? That's how I do it. And some months you may make piles of money. Some months you may wait a bit. Trading isn't making money every single day. For me, it's not making money every single day. I'm not like constantly like 10 grand this day, 5 grand that day. That to me, that some people day trade like that. It's never been my thing. Like, I'm a swing trader. I looked at Z token this morning, and then it continued up. Can you believe that? Interesting. Sakura, VRA, fine. See that? You don't jump in on that 1 minute. See that? Tank. I don't like trading the 1 minute at all. I think it's the worst thing anyone could do. Like, there's some people I really love in my trading group, and then I see them post the 1 minute, and I'm almost just like, ah, God, like, it's just treacherous. I did it for a couple years. It's just not worth it. You know? Like, you'll eventually come back and be like, the 1 minute was for the birds. You know? Like, it wasn't the word. I'm liking this ONSTON, right? But I'm waiting on the 1 hour. I like what I'm seeing, though. I really like what I'm seeing for ONSTON. Of all the coins in the day, this is my favorite coin of the day right here, ONSTON. Dump for BTC. You're funny. You call that a dump? You call that a dump? But look, there's the dollar index pumping. You don't even need to know Bitcoin's dumping. It's the dollar index pumping. Look, shoulder, head, and a shoulder to the upside. We're getting overbought, though, and we're out of resistance. We broke through the first one. I don't want to break through the second one. Superchats, DXDY on the daily and the weekly. Thoughts on the Alliance blockchain? I have it on the weekly. It's about to dump on the weekly. I've shown this many times, and you're at resistance. Weekly does not look good. About to come down hard on the dollar index. Like, I mean, I would not get into a coin at the top of the weekly. Wouldn't be a good look. And it even has bearish divergence on the weekly. Like, this is swinging down while this is swinging up. The other asset that had this was Bitcoin, and Bitcoin dumped so hard. I see the dollar dumping. I mean, that means inflation's going to stop, though, right? If the dollar dumps. Okay. So, and you said the daily. Daily says it could pump up, but that's why we're going to watch the smaller time frames and make sure we just keep getting rejected here. But the daily looks a little sketchy, and we could still have some upside down and sideways action for the dollar index and Bitcoin too. It's been a tough couple weeks to trade. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. DXDY or DYDX. Decentralized exchange, been on my radar again. People are starting to talk about it again. And did I hit that trade? Looks like I did. Interesting. I put it out last night. Let's look. I've been watching this coin for the last couple days. Fun. It's like, see, like people will say, yeah, it came back retraced for the pump. Not a huge gain, though. Let's look. I mean, 11%, falling back down again. Bit of a double top. 4 hour looks like it could go again, though. It's interesting. I let my mind figure out what it sees. I let it play out. $22-hour looks good. Daily sucks, and you got some bearish divergence. I don't like trading against the daily like that. Interesting. Indecisive. I'm with you. I'm like, I got some indecisive. So what I would do is I would remind myself that the daily sucks, and I would try to scalp the 1 hour or the 4 hour anyway. You get it? But I would look for a trade that has a lower daily and then trade that instead. So I think there's just better to trade, even though this could make a nice gain. See that? Like, you're not saying it can't happen. You're just saying, well, could I get a better one somewhere else? You know, it's kind of assessing the scenario. I know for only 9% to go through all that, is it really worth it for me? And it's a rising wedge. Okay. So that's kind of how I assess that situation. Don't miss out when you join the 99 Lifer Trading Group. For $99, you get to join the 99 Weekly Zoom private screen share every Thursday tonight. Email CryptoLifers@gmail. Tonight is the screen share, everybody, from 6:30 to 8:30. Jump on in. I even do it from like 6:15. I like 6:15 to 8:15. You know what I mean? Make it earlier. So 6:15 to 8:15, weekly screen share. I'll be there with my tie on, ready to go. I keep it on all day until the end of the night, right? So I can't wait to see you in there. Shout out to everybody that may or may not have used the MEXC Global link. I really appreciate that. It supports the channel in ways you would not believe. Really, really helps out so much in the bear market. Thank you so much. blessings on blessings. Thank you, dear Lord, for the blessings. Thank you, everybody that helps my channel in my life. I greatly appreciate it. And, sign up for TradingView if you want. Use the links. And you know what? If you need free advice, if you need, there's no free advice, but if you need free education, we don't give free advice. We don't give any advice. But if you need free education, right, go right here quickly to my free guides. And they're waiting for you to watch and get you educated. And you can join my server for free. Remember that. You can join the server for free. Where it says join the server, just join that server right away. That's free. We have 20,000 someone create. There's a lot of people that are in the free server. And then if you like what you're getting, you can enter into the paid part of the server. So we give you so much information for free. We give you value first before we ask you for any value. And that's the definition of a successful business. Produce value every day. Let people see that value. And if they like it, come on back. Thoughts on Alliance blockchain? I don't know enough. I'd have to do a deep dive and get back to you today. That's like a lot to talk. I don't know enough about it. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Everyone, I love you all. I greatly appreciate you. And I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. ready to go. Friday, baby. Fantastic Freaky Friday fun, ready to go. So I can't wait to see you there. I'll be there. And we did it again. I mean, I don't know how we did it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Every single day. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Words cannot express my gratitude to each and every one of you. Please hit the like button. Please hit the notification bell so you can find out when I post my next video. And if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. I'll see you in the next one. And with that, we'll flip that outro. I love you all. Be safe. And I'll catch you on the